Great. So let's see what Mary is a question. Mary on Instagram says, what herbs, diet strategies, and other things are helpful for killing Candida overgrowth?
Yeah, Candida. So we see a lot of people that have fungal overgrowth, and Candida is a species of, fungus or yeast that's in our system, and it's normal, natural. We all have some level of Candida albicans, and then there's other Candida species as well. It's the most common one in our system, and to some degree, there could be potential health benefits to having it when it's in balance. However, we also know that Candida releases acetaldehyde as well as glial toxin, which are both damaging. Particularly, they're neurotoxic, right? So they'll damage the brain. So when Candida grows out of control compared to the other microbial organisms in the system, and we get an overgrowth, we're going to have damage. Where it's obviously going to cause more inflammation in our system. And a lot of people notice that they have brain fog, that trouble concentrating, maybe trouble sleeping, more anxiety. Skin rashes is another common one, right? So they may notice, a lot of different unwanted health results, unwanted health issues. And one of the most common reasons why people will get Candida overgrowth is overuse of antibiotics, or drinking, for example, unfiltered tap water, which has chlorine, which kills good bacteria, but doesn't affect Candida. So the Candida has an environment where it can grow. Same with antibiotics, or consuming a lot of food that has antibiotics. For example, non-organic dairy has the milk. It's going to have traces of antibiotics that the cows were given. Same with non-organic meat. This is why we're huge advocates of doing our best to consume organic grass-fed animal products, because we don't want these hormones and antibiotics and things like that can alter our gut microflora and cause a rise of something like Candida in our system. So those can be some of the root cause factors there. Now, herbs that can be beneficial: coconut oil. It's not really an herb, but coconut oil itself has lauric acid, which turns into monolaurin in our system, which breaks down the cell wall of Candida albicans. So that can be very helpful. Some other good ones: oregano, garlic can both be very beneficial as well. I know, Dr. Yvonne, you use some different herbs as well. So what are some of your favorites for Candida?
Grapeseed extract,
Mm,
golden seal, ginger, and garlic. And the wonderful thing about using herbs is that you can incorporate it into your cooking.
yeah.
So even if you don't have, in order to prevent, it's always better to prevent having an issue. But one way of staying on top of things is just using a lot of herbs to cook and prepare your meals and your foods, or even in drinks. Like garlic is so wonderful. Not garlic, I'm sorry, ginger. It just has a really nice taste with lemon, and you can just use different ways of incorporating different foods and herbs that will help you with candida overgrowth. And I love the fact that you mentioned that there are other ways. When people think about candida overgrowth, many people know that having a processed diet is terrible and high sugar. But a lot of people don't think that non-organic meats or meats in general that use hormones and they're not organic have antibiotics. It can become an issue because now we're consuming those antibiotics. And so it's very important for us to be aware of those hidden places where this can be found. So yeah, so that's another reason why organic foods and knowing where your food source is coming from is important to be aware of.
Yeah, for sure. And then, in general, we know that Candida also loves, simple, easy sources of glucose. So a lot of, obviously taking out processed foods, going on a lower carbohydrate diet has been shown to be beneficial for people trying to reduce Candida. Okay. But you also do want some healthy fibers, because Candida really doesn't do much with fiber, but other healthy gut microbes will have benefit from fiber. So that can be key. A good tea as well as pau d'arco. Pau d'arco
Mm.
comes from tree bark, and that has been shown. A lot of these plants, right? Oregano, garlic, pau d'arco. These plants, are trying to defend themselves from fungal overgrowth. right? That fungus is one of their main predators. And so they're releasing and creating compounds that are antifungal. And so that's why they're able to break these things down. And when we consume them, we confer those benefits. And it's able to help reduce the candida, overgrowth or the fungal overgrowth in our system. And that's key. It's we're really just trying to give our immune system a hand. And so these herbs will help give our immune system a hand. They also can support the immune system. They can help raise up certain white blood cells and help improve the overall immune balance and the immune efficiency in our system. And that's, it goes back to other nutrients. If you're zinc deficient, if you're vitamin D deficient, okay, it's going to be harder for you to get rid of candida. So you do want to test your vitamin D, test your zinc levels, right? You want to look at some of these key nutrients, vitamin A. So these are all very key in order to make sure your immune system is working well. So no herbs themselves are going to get rid of candida, but they're going to help support your body's natural immune system. When your immune system is working well, it's going to help support kind of a natural balance in your gut ecosystem. And so that's really what we're trying to accomplish there.